I'm George McCranie, DUI, criminal defense, and serious injury attorney with offices in Douglas and Valdosta, Georgia. Today I wanted to talk about why criminal cases take so long to come to court. And a lot of people have questions about that. We've even had people call and say, hey, I want to change my attorney because my attorney's taking too long to get this case to court. Well, let me tell you, in Georgia, the criminal defense attorneys don't control when the cases go to court. All right, we can't control when they get discovery for us. We can't control when the court terms come up. So it's sort of, a lot of it's out of our power. Now, if we start asking for continuances, that's one thing. But here in Georgia, and you'll be, a lot of people are surprised, in my area of Georgia, in my area of the state, many counties only have Superior Court trials twice a year. 2 times a year, that's it. And that's set up by the legislature. So the system is set on a 6-month turnaround, and if there's one continuance involved in a case because the state doesn't have the discovery prepared yet, whatever it is, if there's one continuance, you're looking at a year before that case could come up to trial. Now, also you have to think about it. There's also preferential cases out there that the government wants to move quicker, and that's jail cases. So if there's a person that's in jail, a murder case, something more like that, that case is going to take precedence over an average run-of-the-mill drug case, okay? Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about and why it takes a long time for these cases to come to court is that what's called the discovery process, and that's the phase of the criminal case where the state is gathering up all the evidence that they're going to use at trial, and they have to get all that evidence together and give it to the defense attorneys. Now, a lot of people are wanting to get into court. Hey, I want my case tried. I want this done. But this is what it takes to get a case ready to go to trial. Now, for example, let's take just an average run-of-the-mill possession of illegal drugs case. Okay? Now, if you have a question about this type of case, you can reach us at 833-927-6227, and we'll be glad to help you answer your questions, get you information that you need. We've got several books out there that are available. If you'd like to request a copy of my book, The Truth About Your Georgia Criminal Case, you certainly can. We'll send that to you. It gives you a lot of great information about how a Georgia criminal case progresses through the system. Okay? But now, let's talk about what it takes to get just a regular run-of-the-mill possession of illegal drugs case to court. Now, the state is going to have to provide the defense attorney with all this information. Okay, they're required to. They're going to have to provide with all the charging documents. Okay, that's all the warrants, the accusations, the indictments involved in the case. They're going to have to provide a list of all the state's witnesses. Every one of them, every law enforcement officer involved, every witness that's going to testify, every witness that could testify, the drug testing agent, the lab officer that does that, the officer at the lab that handles it, or the lab tech that handles it. They're going to have that information included as well. They're also going to have the incident report from the main officer or the investigator involved in the case. They're also going to have all the supplemental reports from every other officer that's involved in the case. Okay, they're going to have to get the crime lab report. They got to get that, and they don't just turn around and flip a switch and it happens. That crime lab report is going to come after the drugs are tested at the crime lab, and it might be 3 months, could be 6 months, could be longer before it's ever tested at the crime lab. So you got to wait on that information to get back. They got to provide you with statements from any and all witnesses or co-defendants in the case. All right, so any statements that they've given, they got to provide you with. They got to provide the defense attorneys with the pictures. Okay, all the pictures in the case. If they've taken pictures of money, drugs, firearms, anything, the scene, anything about it, they got to provide all those pictures. They got to provide all of the video and audio recordings. Okay, that includes body cam videos. They got to provide all of that. And I'm just going through some of these. They got to provide the search warrant, and more importantly, they got to provide the affidavit, which is provided to the judge ahead of time, and that's how they got the search warrant. That's very important. They provide criminal histories. I mean, it goes on and on and on. It's what they're going to be providing. Now, that takes a long time for the state to get organized. All right, the law enforcement departments, they've got to get all this information. You've got crime labs. Sometimes you've got hospitals involved. I mean, you've got all these different moving parts that they've got to get put together in order to get it to the defense attorney. Okay? Now, when they get it to the defense attorney, you got to add all the time that it takes your defense attorney to go through all of the information, every bit of it. As we say here at my firm, we go through it with a fine-tooth comb. We're going to find anything that we can that's going to help your case, okay? Now, it takes a long time for that to happen, so my advice is to be patient. If you've been charged with a crime, be patient, okay? It's not the defense attorney's fault that it's taken more than a month for this case to come to court, okay, or 2 months, or even 6 months, because there's a lot of moving parts that have to come together, and sometimes it's like herding cats to get all this stuff together before your defense attorney even gets this information that he's going to provide to you. And like we do at my office, we provide all the discovery to our clients, and then we go over that discovery with our clients so they understand what's out there. For example, how long it takes us, let's just say we have a DUI case, and in the DUI case we've got a video that lasts 30-35 minutes. It might take us an hour and a half to 2 hours to go through that video the first time, okay? So it takes time to go through all of this stuff to get it done before this case is ready to try to resolve, possibly with a negotiated plea or go to trial. It takes a lot of time. So if you have a question about a criminal defense case, you've been charged with a crime, or you have a question about it, a DUI, or you've been seriously injured in an accident, feel free to give us a call. We'll be glad to help you get the answers that you need. Our office number is 833-927-6227, or you can reach us online at McCranielawfirm.com. Also, if you'd like to request a copy of any of my books that I've written, feel free to give us a call. We'll be glad to send you a copy of those absolutely free. They've got a lot of great information, whether it's on a serious accident that you've been involved in, whether it's on a DUI or a criminal case, or just about the system and how the criminal system works in Georgia. We've got those books out there. They're great books. I'll be glad to provide them to you. I like to educate people and get this information out to you so you know what's going on. I don't want anybody to be in the dark. So if you got a question, feel free to give us a call. If you'd like a book, feel free to give us a call or go online and fill out the form. We'll send it to you absolutely free. We donate all the proceeds to the books to charity, so we do everything we can to try to help as many people as possible. I'm George McCranie, DUI, criminal defense, and serious injury attorney with offices in Douglas and Valdosta, Georgia. If you have a question, feel free to give us a call. We'll help you get the answers you need.